Hey guys, today I will be showing you one of my favorite Thanksgiving dessert recipes. Not everyone is a fan of pies on Thanksgiving, so a pumpkin roll is a great alternative. This is the recipe I will be showing you today. The ingredients for this recipe are eggs, sugar, pumpkin puree, baking soda, cinnamon, flour, cream cheese, butter, powdered sugar, and vanilla. First, you're going to start by preheating the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And next, we will start by making the cake roll. You're going to take 3 eggs and crack them into a large mixing bowl. Then you're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Next, you can open your small can of pumpkin. You only need a 15-ounce can for this recipe. You don't use much. And you want to measure out 2/3 cup of the pumpkin and also add that to the mixing bowl. Next, you can take 1 teaspoon of baking soda along with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. The last ingredient for this cake is the flour. You're going to measure out 3/4 cup of flour and place it into the bowl with the other ingredients. You're going to mix all of that together until it is smooth and well combined. This took about 2 or 3 minutes. Some of the ingredients are tough to all combine. Next, you will need a decently sized jelly roll pan. The one I used is an 18 by 13 size. Tear off a piece of parchment paper and fit it into the pan that you are using. And then take your large mixing bowl and spread the cake roll batter onto the parchment paper, making sure to get it all out of the bowl. Next, take a spatula and smooth the batter into an even layer on the pan, making sure that the edges are not too thin and the middle is not too thick. You want to make sure that it's even the whole way throughout so that way it can bake properly. Then you're going to take your jelly roll pan and place it into the oven for approximately 15 minutes. I did mine to 13 minutes just to make sure that way it wouldn't come out dry. While the cake roll is in the oven, you can begin making the cream cheese filling. Start by placing 4 tablespoons of softened butter into a mixing bowl. After the butter, you can add 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, half a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of powdered sugar. You can mix all of these using either an electric hand mixer like I did or a stand mixer. Either one would work. You're going to beat all of these ingredients until combined. You're going to set that aside for a few minutes. Before taking the cake roll out of the oven, take a thin tea towel and sprinkle some powdered sugar onto it. This will help the cake roll to not tear once you roll it up into the towel later on. Once the oven timer goes off, remove the cake roll and trim off the edges. You do not have to do it right now, but it's just easy because it is warm, so it comes off pretty easily. Next, grab some hot pads and flip it very quickly onto the sugared towel. You do not want the cake to cool at all before doing this step. If you do, the cake will crack when you try to roll it up and you'll have to start all over. So once the cake is on the towel, you can peel off the parchment paper. It should come off very easily since the cake is still warm. Then you will roll the cake up nice and tight using the towel. You can place it to the side and let it cool completely. Mine took about 45 minutes to 1 hour for it to completely cool. Once it is cooled, you can take the towel and unwrap the cake, and then you can grab the filling. I used an icing spatula, but you can just use a regular knife or whatever you have at home. You're going to want to spread it evenly onto the cake, reaching all of the edges and making sure it is a nice thin, even layer throughout. Once you have used up all of the icing, you're going to roll up the cake again by itself. You're going to then grab some saran wrap and wrap it tightly. I used 2 separate pieces just to make sure it was all covered. Then you're going to take the same towel and wrap it up for some extra support while it goes into the fridge. You can place this in the refrigerator for 1 hour, making sure that all of the ingredients are set and to give it more of a structure. After the 1 hour is up, it is ready to be cut and served. I placed mine on a baking sheet and cut off both of the edges so that it looked nice and clean when my friends were ready to eat it. I added some more powdered sugar on the top for appearance. The sugar does dissolve quickly, so be sure to do this step right before serving. And there you have it, an easy Thanksgiving dessert that everyone is sure to love. Thank you so much for watching.